Assalamualaikum. My name is Siti Narfatiha Bengti Muhammad Hasni. My matric number is HFT20203. Now I'm going to present about data arrangement. As you can see, this is data arrangement. The following table shows the current price of bungalow for a given size in Kuala Krai, Kelantan. The table that I use to describe the data is relative frequency distribution and cumulative frequency distribution. But before I make table relative frequency and cumulative frequency, I need to make a table frequency distribution first. So this is a table of frequency distribution. There are 5 steps to make a table of frequency distribution. As you can see, in the table there are 3 columns, which is classes, tally, and frequency. In classes, we have 5 classes. For tally, we mark for each data entry in the appropriate class. And for the last one, frequency, we write the number of tally marks for a class in is the frequency for that class. So this is relative frequency. Relative frequency is the portion or percentage of the data that fall in that class. As you can see, in relative frequency, we have a formula which is class frequency divided by sample size. So for the first class, we get 0.23, and for the second class, also we get 0.23. For the third class, we get 0.066. For the fourth class, 0.3, and for the fifth class, 0.16. Next, this is a table cumulative frequency. Cumulative frequency of a class is the sum of the frequency for class and all previous classes. So for the first class, we get 7. For the second class, we get 14. For the third class, 16. And for fourth class, we get 25. And for the last class, we get 30. The cumulative frequency of the last class is equal to the sample size.
Table 1 and Table 2 may be presented as histogram and frequency graph. A histogram is a bar graph that represents the frequency distribution of a dataset. A frequency polygon is a line graph that represents the continuous change in frequency. These two graphs will be used for quantitative variable data. Table 1 and Table 2 show the current price of bungalow for a size given in Kuala Krai, Kelantan. These two graphs show the higher current price, which is 281.8, which is 9, and the lowest for the current price is 265.7, which is 2. That's all for me. Thank you.
Next, I will continue about my part, which is a measure of center statistic. Okay, as we know, the measure of center statistic is a single value that attempts to describe a set of data by identifying the center position. So they have 3 most commonly for measure of statistic, which is median, mean, and mode. Mean is a very important in every calculation. It can be used discrete and continuous data. So we can see at the slide the formula of the mean and the solution of the mean. So the mean price of bungalow in Kuala Krai, Kelantan was RM274.20. Okay, next I will explain about the median. Okay, median is refers to the middle value when the data set is arranged according the value. Okay, the value which is in the middle value for the word. Okay, so they have 3 of size in each class: frequency and cumulative frequency. So we can see at the slide the formula of median and the solutions which is we get RM265.7. So therefore the median price of price of bungalow in Kuala Krai, Kelantan was approximately RM265.7. Lastly, I will explain about the mode. Okay, mode is determined by the data value equal to the maximum frequency. If it's ungrouped data, then the data set has no mode, but group data has a large and equal frequency value. Okay, so at the slide we can see the formula of mode, and the solution that we get for mode is 283,480. Okay, so the answer is the highest of bungalow price in Kuala Krai, Kelantan is 283,480. Okay, now I will explain about the range. Okay, the range is defined in analysis information as the distance for the smallest score to the largest score observed. Okay, the formula of range is minimum data entries minus of minimum data entry. Okay, so in the slide we can see the solution of the range, which is we get the range of price of bungalow in Kuala Krai, Kelantan is 79500. Now I will explain about the variance. Okay, the variance is measuring the scattering of data from the minimum value. Okay, at the slide we can see the formula of variance, and the solution of variance is we can get the sample variance of price of bungalow in Kuala Krai, Kelantan is 570.85 or RM570,850. The formula of the standard deviation is in the slide, and the solution that we can get is the sample of standard deviation price of bungalow in Kuala Krai, Kelantan is 755.54 or RM755540. The measure of position that we can see that it gives us to see the where a certain data point or value falls in a sample or distribution. Okay, so they have three measure of position, which is quartile, resize, and percentile. Okay, for the quartile, we can see at the slide, which is get the class, frequency, and cumulative frequency. So the location is based on the location, value, and interquartile range. So based on the data given, the shape of distribution bungalow in Kuala Krai, Kelantan is a squid left because extend to the left. Okay, the solution is the mean is RM264620. Median is 265,700 and the mode is 283,480. So the shape of distribution in Kuala Krai, Kelantan is squid to the left. So that's all from part A, and thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Nuridaya binti Muhammad Nasir. My metric number is H2020325. I will represent our data, which is head of 100 students, and these data are divided into two genders, which is male and female, as you can see, and their head start from 152 to 175.
Assalamualaikum madam, my name is Siti Masayuni binti Abdul Razak and my metric number is H2081772. In part B, number 2 question is if the data set consists of n greater 100, then you may select at random. N not greater than 100 but n must be at least 30. For example, n equal 55, so I decide to choose n equal 20. First, decide the number of classes. N equal 100, n equal 20. K equal 100, divide 20. Number of classes is 5. Determine the class interval of weight class. Weight class equal net entry minus mean entry divide 5. So 174 minus 152 equal 11. Set the individual class limit. Class width equal 11. The upper limit of the first class is 157, which is the one less than the lower limit of the second class. The upper limit of the other classes are 150 57 plus 11 equal 168. 168 minus 11 168 plus 11 equal 179, and so on. Step 4, make a column for tally mark for a class. Limit the student height data, sum of equal 100. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and hi to my beloved lecturer, Madam Nursalihah binti Ahmad Rastun. My name is Fatin Aisyah Hanani binti Obed, and my matric number is H20A1144. I will continue the presentation with Pearson product correlation and coefficient. A Pearson correlation coefficient is used to measure the strength of relationship between two variables that are quantitative in nature. After calculating using the Pearson formula, as we solve the data, the result we got is 0.12. Since the value that we got is 0.12, we have analyzed that the correlation is very weak positive between X and Y. And the next part will continue by Jennifer.
Before we start the presentation, I want to introduce myself. Okay, my name is Jennifer Jawa Adanyambang, and my matric number is 20A1177. Next, I will present about linear simple regression. From the data has been calculated, this is the answer of the linear. Simple linear regression is used to estimate the relationship between two quantitative variables. We can use simple linear regression when we want to know how strong the relationship is between two variables. In addition, linear regression is the next step up after correlation. It is just when we want to predict the value of a variable based on the value of the another variable. That's all from my group member. Thank you.